Game 1, Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Michigan at number 10, Michigan State, inside the Mateen-Cleave Center. KenPom has it, Michigan State, -5. You can watch it on CBS. It's America's most watched network. It's the Network of Stars. I think I remember people saying they hated that music when you did this.
Nah, we're going bumper music. I'm bringing it back.
I think I remember people saying they hate it.
Is that a good level for you? Sounds like it. All right. All right. So this is a CBS game.
America's most watched network.
Michigan showing some life as of late.
Demolished Indiana.
Sparty though.
Knocked out the internet throughout the state of Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an interesting development.
I don't have a good feel on Sparty, man. Like, this is the most of the 5 that we have. This is the one I'm most uncertain of. Give me Michigan to cover, Michigan State to win. We'll get a nice close one, a tight one on CBS. Would love to see what, if we can get some more consistent play out of Max Christie. The more that moves along, he seems just more key to what Michigan State's all about. He needs a big game. Hunter Dickinson, by the way, has come into his own plenty as of late. He's been improved, and he'll need to be big in this one here. But I think he'll play well. Michigan State wins, but Michigan covers.
I'll take Michigan State -5, but I don't feel great about it. Michigan State, they win at Wisconsin. Woohoo! Then lose to shorthanded Illinois. What are we doing? Max Christie, by the way, 1 of 8 from the field at Illinois. 2 points, 3 turnovers. I thought he was starting to figure it out, and maybe he is, but he didn't have anything figured out in that one. Like, I was thinking about this earlier. Like, he's supposed to be one of the best freshmen in the country, and maybe he is. What other great freshmen aren't doing 2 points in 31 minutes? He did 2 points in 31 minutes against Illinois. He's obviously got to be better. Probably needs to be better if Michigan State's actually going to cover that -5 against Michigan. Game 2, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Number 12, Kentucky at number 5, Kansas, inside the Embiid-Wiggins Fieldhouse. They both get it named after him. All-Star Game starters. I saw you tweet it.
Yeah, I guess the running theory is that I think my facts have not been checked here. I think a member of BTS or some popular K-pop group tweeted about Andrew Wiggins earlier in the month and said, let's make this guy an NBA All-Star, and that's why it happened. I don't know what's going on there.
Well, as
positive influence of social media and the internet.
As somebody who lives in a place that also has an NBA All-Star Game starter in Ja Morant the GOAT, I can tell you that 50% of the voting is done by fans, and then 25% by the media, and then 25% by players. And so Andrew Wiggins did get a wild amount of fan votes, which helped, but he also had to be voted there in part by players and media, and he got enough in that part of the voting to make him an NBA All-Star Game starter for the first time in his career. I believe an NBA All-Star for the first time in his career, and that means 2 players from that Kansas team that might have won the national championship if they'd have stayed healthy. Might have.
Maybe.
Might have.
Who won the year? Who won in 5 seconds or less? Who won the year that they were at Kansas in 5?
I don't even remember what year it is.
3.
I don't know what year it was.
Trivia time. Play along at home if you want.
Louisville.
No. The answer is do a little drum roll. UConn.
Yeah. Prove it.
Evan Ollie. It was that year.
Good for him.
A side note on what we got going on with this weekend. Praise for the SEC Big 12 Challenge matchup whole deal, okay? It breaks up a little bit of the league monotony. You on board with this, Parrish? Non-conference games, end of January, middle of the season like they used to do.
Yes.
Teams are pulling up from the snout.
Love it. I love it.
It's great, right?
I love people stepping out. I don't think it means much. Like, who wins the SEC Big 12 Challenge? Like, I don't know that.
How dare you?
I've never thought about it. Like,
How dare you?
but I do like watching these games.
It's great. This is the 9th season the SEC and Big 12 have done this. If even there was just 2 more conferences that could do it either this weekend or maybe last weekend or the next weekend, just get a little more flavor, a little more spice, be willing to just break up the conference play with just one non-conference game. It's great. This, again, if you go back and look in the 70s, 80s, and into the 90s, this was commonplace. Like Duke playing non-conference games into February was a common thing, and it's just because leagues have expanded from 16 league games to 18 now to 20. There's just not the space for it. But if you really want to make the space for it, you can. This has been doable for the SEC and Big 12 in part because the Big 12 and SEC had not gone to 20-game league schedules, and the SEC I think is going to go to it, but it hadn't despite its league size overall. And I think it's a wonderful thing. By the way, the Big 12. The only conference in the country with all of its teams in the top 68 of the net rankings. Then again, the Big 12 only has 10 teams. And the Big 12 as a conference, by the way, only has 3 losses outside the top 2 quadrants. Keep that in mind if you're a degenerate and looking to bet on SEC Big 12 games on the whole. As for this one in particular, obviously it's the biggest game of the weekend. I don't think we're going to have Ty Washington, although anything I guess could change. But I don't know if the expectation is that he's going to be on the floor here. Tough spot for Kentucky. Played at Auburn last weekend. Now it's at Kansas here. Next Saturday it will be at Alabama. Next home game on a weekend for the Cats will be against the Gators a couple days before Valentine's Day. Because I don't know the status of Ty Washington, and because I am a full-fledged believer in Ochai Agbaji and have been for months, if not years, give me Kansas to win and cover. I think that they'll have enough there. I really, really, really want this to be a great game, and I think it's got a good enough chance. Shibwe going against McCormick. I want to see how, like, McCormick, this is a big boy kind of game. The line is 3 for KU. I'll take KU to win and narrowly cover.
Yeah, I'll take Kansas -3 as well. What a poor John Calipari. Got to go to Auburn one weekend, Kansas the next, Alabama the next.
Yeah.
That's a lot to ask of a man.